My bedroom windows face the east. Clear skies and no blinds. It's filling up with heat. The nightmares I can handle, but it's getting hard to breathe. It's getting hard to breathe. Yeah, I still had a good time, although I've spent the end of the night in the bathroom, hugging the toilet like my best friend. Like I really missed it. I woke up soaked in sweat and daylight. It's almost 1. The whole morning's gone to waste. I had so many things I wanted to get done to make it worse.
22 months woo. Hope you're doing good, smiley.
Jacket over hoodie over shirt. So when you walk into my room, see the couch, ask me, is that where you sleep? And I say, yeah, I used to. You say, what do you mean? I say, I stopped. You say, what for? I say, I stopped falling out of my bed when I started sleeping on the floor. I woke up soaked in sweat and daylight. It's almost 1. The whole morning's gone to waste. I had so many things I wanted to get done to make it work. Fell asleep in my jacket over hoodie over shirt. I woke up soaked in sweat and daylight. It's almost 1. The whole morning's gone to waste. I had so many things I wanted to get done to make it worse. Fell asleep in my jacket over hoodie over shirt. Jacket over hoodie over shirt.
Hello. Hi, chat. Hello, hello, hello. Hi, hi, hi. Excuse my bare face today. I'm still in a lot of pain. I have been in a lot of pain for the last week. And it's been going between really bad, what is it called? Cramps, to headaches, to feeling sick. I've not been doing too well. That's the summary. I've not been doing too well. But I'm here because today I didn't want to cancel or postpone another mental health Monday because I have been really enjoying them. So I'm here. We're doing Mental Health Monday. For the people who don't know what it is, oh, let me get up the. We are fundraising. For the people who don't know what it is, we are fundraising. We're also interviewing mental health professionals, asking them questions about how they became mental health professionals, about their experience with mental health, etc., etc., together with Rise Above the Disorder, who are a charity putting together, thank you, Bloom, putting people together with therapists, and also, if you can't afford it, paying for therapy, which is very nice. I actually wanted to share this with you. I have just gone through RAD to get me connected with a therapist because my last therapy didn't really work out. My therapist and I never really clicked. Oh my god, thank you for the 5 gifted, Rebru. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you. And so I actually just went through the process, and I can tell you it is pretty easy, pretty straightforward, and pretty nice. And the people are very understanding. Thank you, Brett, for the gift sub as well. Thank you. I'm so sorry for being so low energy. I'm in so much pain. I've literally only been laying in bed for the last days. Well, except for yesterday, I did the stream with Toby. But before that, I've just been in bed because I'm suffering. So, yeah, that's me though. How are you, chat? How are you guys? Thank you, Ashley, for the gifted as well. Thank you. And because of that, I can't do the watch parties either. I'm hoping that it is gonna be over in the next 1 or 2 days. I was hoping it would be over today, but it's not.
19 months, let's go. I love your stream so much.
Thank you, Megan. I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you, guys. So yeah, I was hoping it would be over sooner. It's not. Thank you, Grandma, as well. You've been sick. Oh no. I hope you feel better soon. Thank you for the getting better wishes as well, chat. I will be fine. It's been the worst, for the people that I'm on my period, and it's been just really bad. It's been the worst one I've had in years. I used to have really bad periods to the point where I couldn't go to school. I couldn't even walk and stand up. And they kind of got better over the years, and I thought oh, that's pretty good. But this one has been the worst one I've had in years.
Wow, 19 months.
Yeah,
Nihachu yay, Nihachu yay.
I don't know why. It probably was. Thank you for the. But what did you say? 19. So sorry. Yeah, for the 19. Thank you so much, Nate. Yeah, I was traveling and I skipped my last one, and I think because of that, this one has been extra worse. But yeah, so because of that, I'm gonna keep the stream short today. I'm also going to let the person we're interviewing know. I'm actually gonna go into the channel already and see if they're ready. Let's see. Hello.
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 Hi.
How are you?
How are you?
I've not been too good. I've been pretty sick with cramps for the last few days.
No.
Because of that, I wanted to let you know I might need to keep the interview quite short today.
Yeah, of course. No worries.
Okay. I'm glad.
Hope you feel better.
Thank you. Yeah. How are you?
I'm doing well. Did you want me to turn on the camera? Or
If you want to, yeah, if you're comfortable, that would be cool.
Okay.
That would be great.
Got my lights on.
Ooh, oh my god. Wait, let me get that up. Oh my god, that is so cool. Wait.
Thanks.
I need to add that.
Yeah, I feel better. No worries if you need to keep it short. No
Okay,
pressure at all.
Oh my god. Your lighting is so cool, and I love what you did to your hair. I love the little butterfly.
the butterfly.
That is so cute.
Thank you. I love butterflies. I also have a butterfly necklace too.
Oh my god, that is so cool. I love that.
Thanks.
Do you want to introduce
Good to
yourself?
meet you.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah. So hello, I'm Emma. I go online by Emma Maley. But so I work at RAD right now. I started working about a year ago in January. I'm not a mental health professional yet, but I maybe down the line want to become a therapist. So I've been working kind of do like behind the scenes, kind of helping do searches for looking for therapists, and I also kind of help plan the mental health awareness month in May for fundraising and stuff. And I also stream a little bit too, so totally understand the struggles of streaming, burnout, all that stuff. We want to talk about that too. I also just graduated from USC. I was studying cognitive science, which is sort of similar to psychology. So I'm super into and passionate about mental health, and that's why I work for RAD. Yeah, it's a
Oh,
little bit about
wow.
me, but if you have any
Oh my
questions, I'm
God.
like pretty much an open book, so I'm down to
Okay.
talk about whatever.
I actually have a list of questions, just like
Okay.
general questions. And then we can like go deeper into stuff. Actually, like how long have you been streaming for? How has that been?
I started in July 2020, so during the pandemic. And I kind of was like trying to balance that with school, which was pretty difficult for a while because I was like, for a while I was pre-med, so I wanted to become a doctor for a bit. And then during the pandemic, things changed, and I was like, wait, I don't know if I want to be in med school until I'm like 30 years old. So I switched over to cog sci and dropped pre-med, and I started streaming and was sort of just like taking it slowly, but now I do it full time, but also working for RAD
Oh
too.
wow! Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's so cool. What do you do? Do you like play games?
So I play piano. I do like workout streams sometimes. I also do mental health Mondays as well. Not like
Oh,
super
nice.
structured, but I like just like talking about mental health and stuff because it's really important. Like I think especially like in the gaming community, just like bringing awareness to, mental health, and like I think there's a lot of stigma around the topic. So, and then I also play video games occasionally. I'm not really good at anything, but I play some games too. Yeah.
I'm sure you are. I'm sure you're just hard on
No,
yourself.
I'm not actually that good. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna like just start with like the generic questions that I have. My first question is, what do you do for RAD, and what does your like day to day look like working for RAD?
So I basically am just an like part-time worker right now at RAD. And I was brought on to help organize Mental Health Awareness Month in May, where like we bring on a bunch of streamers and have a bunch of fundraising events going on. But then recently I've been transitioning to helping on the care side. So I've been helping with Megan. I don't know who you spoke with on the care team, but I've been
Yeah, I
helping
know.
with kind of searching for therapists. I'm actually going to do that today. So basically,
Oh, nice.
I go like on the like different websites and like look for therapists for different clients, people that apply. So if any of you guys are looking to look for a therapist, I think our applications are currently closed right now, but we're looking to open them up pretty soon. So hopefully maybe I can help some of you guys look
Oh,
for
nice.
therapists behind the scenes. I haven't like taken on my own clients yet. Like I haven't like really helped with my own like intake and stuff and helping bring on people and stuff and like interviewing and stuff, but I want to maybe do that eventually.
Oh my God. I
Yeah.
love that you. So this is like nothing against obviously all the other workers, but I love that you have like a good microphone and like setup. It kind of like it kind of like helps with like the whole like just talking to someone. I talked
Yeah,
to
yeah.
I think I talked to Megan. Did I talk to Megan about my own therapist, and they also had like a good setup, and it was just really nice.
Yeah, no, definitely love having the setup.
Mm-hmm.
I think like once I do like I am able to like bring people on and stuff, I think it just like I don't know, like I think it just makes for a more like cozy, like intimate
Yeah, I
kind
was
of
gonna say
conversation.
it's so cozy.
Yeah. Yeah, and on the fireplace.
Yeah, it's so nice. Wait, chat can't see it, but wait, let me see
Oh.
if I can show chat. Look, on what side? Oh my god, I have like everything cropped. There, look. The fireplace. It's so cozy. Wait, can I? No, I can't put it all together.
Yeah.
I would crop you off. I don't want to do that.
No, you're good.
Okay, you kind of already answered that question, which is what did you
Mhm.
go to school for? Did you have like just a normal like path of like going to high school, then college, then you know
Mhm.
whatever, or did you? How was your like schooling?
Yeah, so I kind of just I definitely took like the more traditional route, just going straight from high school to college. And I part of me wanted to take a gap year, and I do encourage people to like take time to like figure out what they like, but I think that I think I went to like a super preppy high school, so it's
Mm-hmm.
kind of like conditioned in us to just like go straight from like high school like right into college. So part of me wishes that I like took more time for myself, but I think like now I don't even really like. It's not that I don't use my major, but it's like I don't. I guess like maybe it wasn't as necessary to like take
Mm-hmm.
a break because like I feel like my life right now is pretty chill. Um, thankfully, but yeah, are you in school or are you have you?
I take like online classes for counseling, but
Oh, cool.
not nothing like day to day like classes like stressful.
Cool. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
school is so stressful. Like
Mm-hmm.
it like my mental health was significantly worse when I was in school. Like I'd get like panic attacks like almost like every week and like
Mm-hmm.
I have like I've always the reason why like I love mental health is because like I've had like anxiety and like depression my whole life
Mm-hmm.
or close to my whole life but definitely always anxiety and I think just the way that schools are kind of formatted now it just like it feels like it's sort of like the be all end all. Like if you don't do well on a
Mm-hmm.
test, it's like you feel like your life is like falling
Like
apart because like that is your
ruined.
life, you know? Um yeah, so I'm definitely glad that I'm not in school, but school is definitely good, but I just don't think it's for everyone. And like
Mm-hmm.
if I did want to like go into higher education, like I'm thinking maybe down the line, maybe getting like a degree in like a PsyD or like a social work degree.
Mm-hmm.
A PsyD is sort of similar to like it's like a PhD but without as much research. But you can become like a therapist with those degrees, and that's something that maybe I want to do down the line.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of be like female Dr. K. If you do you know
Ooh,
Dr. K?
yes. I
Yeah,
can see
yeah,
you do that.
yeah.
That would be so cool.
Yeah. But you're in school for counseling or do you
Yeah.
want to become like a mental
Yeah.
health
So
professional?
I always wanted to become a psychiatrist, and I was actually going to go
Oh
to university in 2021, I
wow. Oh,
think.
super
But
cool.
then like through COVID and everything and
Yeah.
streaming like was going well, so I decided I'll just not go right now and just do it later.
Mhm.
Um
Yeah.
so yeah, I still want to do it at some point, but again, it's so
Mhm.
stressful and I already
Yeah.
am really a really anxious person and I feel like school will just make it
Mm.
so much worse.
Yeah, definitely it's like a balance that has to be made like between like how much you're studying cuz like there was some days I would be like studying like 8 hours a day and then I would
Mhm.
take the test and then I would get like below like satisfactory for me which is like I'm like a perfectionist so like if I didn't get like an A I would like beat myself up so much um like especially if I studied for hours so definitely like and like
Mhm.
also you being like a streamer and stuff too like I completely understand like that balance so trying to balance like
It's so
social life
hard.
and streaming and like school work and stuff um but yeah you have
Yeah.
your whole life ahead of you you're pretty young right you're
I'm 21.
21 oh wow
Yeah.
okay
Yeah.
yeah so you have your whole life to do school just follow
Yeah.
your passions is what I always encourage my friends to do too
Mhm. I
yeah
agree. I agree. Yeah.
Yeah, but psychiatry is really cool. It's definitely a harder route because you have to like I go to med school for it, but definitely
Mhm.
we need psychiatrists, super important
Yeah,
role.
especially like I feel like psychiatrists with like different like like what is it called? Experiences? Cuz
Hmm.
you know, a lot of psychiatrists only have like clinical experience or like book experience
Right, right,
and
right, 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 right.
I would love to become a psychiatrist for streamers like in particular or like content creators
Oh,
cuz I don't know how many of them you met, but I feel like we all need therapy.
Oh, for sure. We all need therapy. The streaming community can, or just like the streaming world can just be so, just, I don't know, tiring, like mentally, like, I don't know if the toxic's the right word, but I guess sometimes it can be
Yeah,
toxic, like
yeah, for
mentally.
sure. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, we can. I feel like we were all really hard on ourselves in general,
Yeah.
and then
Like comparing ourselves, like when
Mhm.
numbers aren't good, it's like, am I doing something wrong? Or like
Is it
even
me?
like it has nothing to do with us. Like it's the internet, it's so random, like how things are. But like, it's so easy to just like take it to heart and be like,
Mhm.
oh, it's because of me.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
totally get that.
Um, okay, let me see my other questions that I have.
Okay.
Um, ooh, why is mental health important to you?
Well, I touched a little bit on it earlier, but I think just because, so for some context about me, some Emma lore, I'm
Mhm.
adopted. So I actually have two white parents. I'm
Mhm.
full Asian. I'm not white, but I think being adopted and like growing up in a super white environment, like it I grew up with like a lot of like self-confidence issues. Like I wanted to like have, like my eyes aren't actually blue, my eyes are brown,
Mhm.
but I wear contacts. But like when I was younger, I wanted to have like, colored eyes, like, like fair skin, like light hair and stuff, like a lot of my peers and like my parents and stuff. And I think that it caused like a lot of kind of like self-doubt and just like I already had anxiety. I think I just have like kind of um what's the chronic
Like,
anxiety
mhm.
disorder or something. um but like I think that it just was exacerbated by just like being in an environment where I felt like I didn't belong, like I didn't have that many friends growing up too. So I guess like I sort of what I talk about like on stream and like what I want to help with RAD and just like in the world in general, I just like want, I guess, people to know that like they're not alone. And like I wish that little Emma had someone like, like you, or like
Mhm.
to watch and like look up to me like, wow, there's people talking about these things, like I'm not crazy, like it's not all in
Mhm.
my head. Because I when I was younger, I did think like I was the only one feeling, these feelings, but in reality, like so many people totally like feel, like they don't belong and like have those, self doubts and everything. And I think it's just because we don't talk about it, or we didn't talk
Mhm.
about it as much, at least when I was younger.
Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
so yeah, mental health is super important to me though. Like I think like no matter what I do in life, like I think it's always going to be a part of me because like it's part of my story, like
Mhm.
just um with my own like battles of, yeah, like anxiety. And like in high school I was really depressed. Like I was actually in this a car accident. I got this crazy scar. Maybe I
My
can show you.
God.
Yeah, I got a scar. I don't
Oh
know if you can see it.
wow, that is
Yeah.
a big
Got this huge
scar.
scar.
Oh my
And
God.
like I'm okay now. I'm like
That's
I was all
okay,
fine,
good.
but yeah, no, I'm all good. Just the scar. Um but I think after that happened, I was like, I had like to reevaluate. I like, kind of reevaluated my life. I'm like, wow, like life can end so quickly, and it kind of freaked me out a bit, and it made me like almost like, oh, maybe life's not even worth living because I could die any time.
Mhm.
But I went to therapy and I went on antidepressants, and like it definitely helped turn kind of helped me like give me the boost to start to like recover.
Mhm.
um and then I kind of have like reframed that, and it's like, oh, life is so short, like it's so beautiful, like we should do the things that we want to do in life now versus wait till later. So that's why I'm like pursuing streaming, even though I don't really know where it's gonna go. Like I, still might go back to school. Like I just want to pursue the things that I want to do now because like you never know what's gonna happen.
Mhm.
um yeah.
Wow. I mean,
Sorry,
I
I'm getting deep.
no, no. I mean, I'm glad. I'm thankful that you like shared that with us. Obviously, I
Yeah,
know it
of
can be really
course.
hard to share these things, especially online. So, wow.
Yeah.
I
I try
definitely,
to be pretty open about it. Like just
yeah. I
yeah,
think it's
yeah.
important. I think obviously I understand everyone who doesn't want to be, but I feel
Of course,
like
of course.
for especially what we're trying to do with showing people that they're not alone, talking about our
Mhm.
own experiences can be really helpful and important.
Yeah, yeah.
Um,
Yeah, just like validating those experiences and like
exactly.
yeah, like it's like on mental health Mondays, like I don't really know what to do because so I usually just like end up talking about my own mental health.
Yeah.
And then like usually that sparks discussion.
Hmm.
But I think just being like like yeah, just being like a figure and like being open and like comfortable talking about stuff going on in your life, it's like it helps people also be
Hmm.
comfortable with, reflecting and kind of thinking about it in like the context of their own lives as well.
Yeah. I like what you said with well, I don't like it, but I can definitely relate to relate to not choose being like what would I like to
Mm.
hear or what would I need to hear in that moment, or even nowadays, what would I like to hear? How would I like to be
Yeah.
feeling that I'm not alone? And so, yeah,
Yeah.
I like that
Yeah,
you
it's
can be
super
open.
important.
It shows strength for sure.
Oh, thanks. You too, honestly. Like the fact that you're still streaming today to raise money for RAD, even though you're
Yeah.
not feeling well, like you're super strong
Oh,
for that.
thank you.
Really appreciate you.
Thank you. Let me see if I have anything else. Um, what are the challenges that you face during your job? Maybe not just as working at RAD, but also as a streamer and like you said, doing your mental health Monday streams, because you're putting
Mhm.
yourself out there so vulnerable. So yeah,
Mhm.
what are some? Do you face some challenges? What are they?
Yeah. I think sometime when I first started doing the mental health streams and stuff, like I had some people come into my chat like saying some like really intense things, like saying like they didn't, they wanted to like end their lives and stuff. And I think I was very unequipped to handle that. And
Mm-hmm.
now I thankfully have like kind of like after working at RAD, like I've actually started to just like refer people to RAD. People come in my chat. I try to talk to them, but like I know I had to kind of accept that I can't like help everybody.
Mm-hmm.
um and even with RAD too, it's like I obviously like, I want to be able to help everybody and like make sure everyone gets a therapist, but it might take one, two, three times, maybe more than that, to find the best therapist for you. And that's like totally fine and totally normal. And I think that sometimes people try to, try to test out therapy, but they don't like click with their first therapist and then they kind of give up on it.
Mm-hmm.
um so I guess just like with yeah, like streaming and like just kind of talking about mental health, there's definitely like times where I definitely feel like almost helpless. Like I wish I could help everyone. And like, I think that that's been a struggle for me, at least, is like kind of separating that and making sure that doesn't affect my own mental health, I
Mm-hmm.
guess. Like still caring and like, being there for my community, but also not letting it like consume my own mental health.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I definitely can relate to that. I get
Mm-hmm.
a lot of people coming to, especially on Mental Health Mondays, coming to my chat, kind of telling me about their
Yeah.
experience. But I have to remind you as well, chat, I'm not a professional, and
Yeah.
I'm kind of here to
Yeah.
also show you rise above the disorder, which
Yeah.
can help you with everything you're struggling with. Or even if you're not struggling, if
Um,
you just want to talk to someone, it's very good.
yeah, I think that the great thing about therapy is like you don't need to, be depressed or like have any kind of undiagnosed or diagnosed disorder to be in therapy. Like I think it's such like a great tool just to be able to understand yourself better and like understand why you feel, you know, certain ways. Like some days, like I think that like a lot of the work that I've done has kind of helped me like understand like the way that I create like friendships and relationships and like kind of the reason why I am like the way I am today. And like a lot of it
Hmm.
has to do with like stuff from my childhood, which is super interesting to me as like a cog psych person. I'm like, it's super interesting to learn about like me. Like I just like I like psychoanalyzing myself and like, oh, that's why I like, you know, like freaked out about this stupid thing. I was like, I
Yeah.
don't know, just like kind of like
Yeah.
understand why I am the way I am, because like of it, it makes me feel like, I think it can help you feel like less crazy and like in your head, like there's reasons for why we
Mhm.
are the way we are. It's not just like we're not just born this way. Like it was kind of like, a product of some stuff that might have happened when we were kids, or past trauma. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I totally agree with that. I do that as well a lot of the times where I'm like,
Hmm.
oh, let's go back into my childhood. Why did I just react like that? Why am I angry now?
Yeah.
Ah, yeah,
Yeah.
I
It's super
remember.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long have you
Yeah.
been in therapy for? Or like what was your like kind of way with therapy? Have you like
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh yeah. So I actually started. So I my parent okay, when I was going way back, I
Mhm.
started therapy. Like my parents forced me into therapy when I was a
Mhm.
kid, which is not the right way to go about it. Because I just remember like being in this office with this lady and like looking at her, and like I'm like there's
Oh
like
my
some toys on the
god.
table, and I just was like, do I play with the toys? And like she's just looking at me like
Oh my
I'm like, this is
god.
terrifying. So because I when I was a kid, I had like crazy anger issues for
Mhm.
some reason. I think a lot of it had to do with like because I was like just had a lot of anxiety. So I was like a little ball of like I was like literally bouncing off the walls and like throwing tantrums all the time.
Mhm.
So I guess like therapy wasn't introduced to me in a super good way. So I just kind of hated it for a while. But then I went back when I was in when I was 15, when I was like really depressed. And I think I just remember telling my mom, was like I was really ashamed. I remember being really ashamed of asking her um if I could get a therapist, because I knew she was gonna be like, I told you so,
Oh
like
my
when you
god.
were 6 years old you should have
Oh
stayed in therapy.
no.
Like she wouldn't have said that ever, but because my
Yeah.
parents are super nice. But like I was afraid of
It's just
her
the
saying that or something like
teenage
that.
angst. Like I cannot tell her that
Yeah.
I was wrong. I cannot admit that I
Yeah,
ever, yeah. But she was right. Oh
exactly.
my god.
Yeah. Yeah, I like didn't want them to be like, "Aha, I told you so."
Mhm.
So I like definitely was like kind of hesitant to like um to reach out. And I think the great thing about RAD, just going bouncing to RAD, is like I mean, if your family doesn't support mental health and stuff, like we can work with anybody really, like as long as, they fill out the application. We work with a lot of minors and like people that maybe their family doesn't support it, or they don't have like the means, like financial means and stuff. So definitely all possible. And I think that's a really cool thing about RAD.
Mhm.
Um, but bouncing back, so then yeah, so then I started going to therapy and I got a psychiatrist, which was honestly the best. Like I was kind of afraid of taking antidepressants for a while, but they helped me so much. Like it just made me like functional again. Like I think like I felt like I was like a zombie.
Yeah.
And like with the meds, like I was like a slightly like more alive zombie. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of a
But I
sudden your
still take
thoughts would
like,
come back to you
yeah,
brain.
and I was like, wow, I can think. Like what?
Yeah.
um yeah, but and I still take antidepressants for my anxiety. So like
Mhm.
I think there is a lot of stigma around meds, and I don't think it's up for everybody, but like from my own personal experience, like it's helped me so much just like be able to have like mental clarity. So that's why I love psychiatrists. Psychiatrists are the best.
Yeah.
Um so and then recently, so I stopped going to therapy after I remember like after I think I just like remember there was a one session where I was like I just like didn't feel like I was depressed anymore. And then I was like, does that mean like we stopped like meeting or something? Or
Mhm.
I don't really remember what happened, but I think she might have moved or something. But like it was kind of like I didn't really like need her anymore. But I kind of wish I stuck in therapy, just
Mhm.
because like you don't really need to be like depressed or anything to just to be in therapy. But I did, so I stopped for a bit, and then I decided to go back to the therapy during the pandemic because my mental health went out the window. I remember I
Mm.
was like the beginning of the pandemic, like I was playing Animal Crossing for like 16 hours a day. It was really bad. I was literally living in my island. Like
I
I
feel
was
like we
not
all kind
mentally
of
like
felt that.
on earth. Right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, and I just like I'm not happy. Like obviously like I loved my island and like whatever, but I was like not happy with like
Yeah.
my life.
Yeah.
um, so I went back to therapy, and I've been with my current therapist since then. I didn't actually get her through RAD because I didn't know about RAD
Mhm.
until later in the year that I first started therapy. But I found her through like a family friend, and honestly, like I always say like my therapist is like a professional best friend kind of. It's
Aw,
like
that's so
you know, they you
nice.
can kind of say like I feel like I can tell her anything, almost anything.
Mhm.
She's like a second mom kind of. I don't know. It's kind of
Mhm.
weird, like, but I think there's something really special about like being able to have, you know, a really good therapist that you click with and having that bond because you like you know that they're there. Like she's always tells me like if I'm having like a panic attack or if I'm not doing well, like I can always call her.
Mhm.
And sometimes like I'm afraid to call her because I'm like, sometimes I'm
What if
like,
I
it's like
bother
4 in the
her?
morning, and I'm like, what if she like is sleeping? I'll wake her up, or like I don't want to like bother her.
Mhm.
But I think it's just nice knowing that like a person's there.
Mhm.
And that's like I think that like therapy has really just helped change me for the better in a
Mhm.
lot of ways. So
Aw, that is
you're in
so
therapy too,
good.
you said,
I'm just starting mine
or you
again.
just starting? Okay.
I had therapy last year, and then I kind of realized that we didn't really click. And
Mm.
so well I there was also like a weird thing. I went through the NHS, which is like the UK um like health insurance thing, and I couldn't go for like twice in half a year, and they said like we can't do that. And because I have such a busy life, sometimes I have to cancel, so I decided okay, this just doesn't work. Um and now I was supposed to have a call with someone today, but it didn't work out. So I'm gonna have a call with them tomorrow, and I really hope that they, I really hope that they like we vibe together because I'm about to move, and moving can be like so stressful, and so I
So
think I'm gonna need
stressful.
someone to like be there who I can just like
Yes.
talk to and rant to because I know it's gonna be so bad.
Yes, good luck. I hope that you
Thank
find a good
you.
therapist. And I totally understand about moving. Like every year of college, I moved to a different like apartment or something. And oh my
Mhm.
gosh, like my parents like I was literally a different person. I was like moving Emma, like move out Emma. Oh,
Oh
they had like a name
no.
for me. Like they just
Yeah.
like I was a menace.
Yeah.
Like so stressed, just like yelling at her like, "Ah, get my bookshelf." Like I was just like so mean.
Yeah. No, I can
It's just because I was
imagine.
so stressed. Yeah.
I did read
um,
somewhere that like moving is one of the most stressful things that like people can do.
yeah, I don't know why it is. Like
Yeah, I don't
but it
know.
is really it's like cuz like you kind of have to like it's a combination of like cleaning but also like to like get rid of stuff and like
Yeah.
you know, like finding a new place to move. Yeah, it's just
It's just
like I'm
so
living at home
much.
right now to save
Okay.
money, and I'm like I know I want to move out eventually, but I'm like dreading the move
Like,
out,
do I
just
really
dreading
want to move
moving.
out?
Yeah, just like procrastinating it. Like, no, I don't want to think about
Mhm.
having to move every I have so much stuff. It's really bad.
Oh my god. What state do you live
Yeah.
in, if I may ask?
I live in LA,
Oh yeah.
California.
Okay, I'm moving to
Yeah.
LA. I'm just saying this because I
Oh,
think you're so cool. We should hang out when I move there.
dude,
Because I
I'm
think
so
you're so
down.
cool.
You're so cool.
Okay.
Oh, I will show you all around town. I know all this. I was born and raised here, so I
Oh,
know a ton of
nice.
like good food places and stuff. I'd love to hang out
Hell
one time.
yeah. That would be cool. I just thought,
Oh.
yeah, I had an idea because your accent sounded very like California, LA, but I didn't
Like
want to.
Valley Girl.
I didn't want to say it.
Yeah. Where are you from?
That's so
Yeah.
cool. Okay, I think those are all my questions. So, chat, do you have any questions? Let's see. Mm. Oh, they're asking for your pronouns.
Oh, she, hers.
Um, what if I can't afford therapy? So, do you want to just explain again what RAD is and does? I always ask
Yeah.
like every stream.
Yeah, of course. So RAD, short for Rise Above the Disorder, we help basically match people. It's like we have a therapy matchmaking service. So um, that sounds like a dating service.
Yeah.
We help people find therapy, and if you can't afford it, We have grants, so that's like what we're, Niki's very grateful or very kind. Sorry, I can't speak English. To fundraise, but like all the money will go towards um being able to provide like free to low cost therapy for people if they can't afford it, or if they have financial struggles, if they don't have insurance. We can definitely help and work with you, regardless of all that. Yeah, sorry, that was a little
No, that's all good. um Ooh, okay. So I asked this last time as well, but you also
Mhm,
mentioned that you have anxiety. And I know that,
mhm,
I have anxiety a lot. I know that a lot of people in my chat have anxiety as well.
mhm,
And so, do you have any like coping mechanisms or anything that you do against your anxiety? We were talking
mhm.
about what is it called? I forgot what it was called. Mindfulness. We were talking about mindfulness last time and how much that can help, like just being in the moment. Do you have anything like that?
Hmm. Yeah, let me think. So when I'm having really bad anxiety, usually it's like when I'm getting anxious, I kind of become like paralyzed, and like I think it's hard for me to like get up, but I know that like getting up, like going for a walk, getting outside, like kind of like becoming like one with nature, like has helped me a
Mm-hmm.
lot, like when I do have like the motivation to get out of bed. But I know sometimes like when you're anxious, you just like don't want to move. Like you're just like a human vegetable, I guess, like
Mm-hmm.
vegetable Emma mode. Um, so usually when I'm a vegetable, I'll just like put on some music, take some deep breaths, maybe read or journal. I started journaling over the
Mm-hmm.
pandemic, like writing down, things that I'm grateful for. Sometimes like when I get really anxious or down on myself, like I start writing like affirmations, or like kind of like manifestations almost, like
Mm-hmm.
things that like I want to be true. Um, and I think that's like kind of helps me, like just writing it down and getting all out, like helps me kind of clear my head a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but I think just like being patient with yourself and like letting it kind of go through, like, it's going to be, if you have like you're having a panic attack or feeling really anxious, like, don't try to shy away from feeling those emotions. Like maybe try to like understand, like I think this is like me kind of like a psychologist Emma. But I think just like I think it's important to kind of like almost like lean into those emotions, because it can really help you like kind of understand yourself more. Like, why am I feeling this way? And like you don't have to, obviously in the moment you're like probably not like wanting to know like why am I having like a panic attack, but like I think like writing down things and then being able to like look back on it later, like and if you have like a therapist, like talking about it with them, or like maybe like a friend or someone that you find close, like um I think it just maybe will be able to help you kind of prevent it like from happening again. Like maybe, stressed about like, getting overwhelmed with schoolwork or something. It's like maybe like what's a way to kind of get ahead so it doesn't happen, like kind of just preventative things. Um, so like for me, I know I get stressed if I like don't go to the gym for some reason. Like I just start
Mm-hmm.
getting really bad body dysmorphia, and like so I just like force myself to go to the gym a lot even when I don't want to, because I know that's gonna like prevent me from having those like anxiety attacks, like because I'm like looking in the mirror, I'm like unhappy with
Mm-hmm.
like what I see. Um so like that's just like little like things that I've kind of sort of pieced together. But like in the moment, yeah, I think just like trying to go outside, go for a walk, listen to music, kind of typical things is what I do at least.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think, yeah, for me, a big thing also is to understand where it comes from. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of like just step by step work on it. Like, this is like, I feel like anxiety can be so big and it can be so many reasons. And then it builds up, and all of a sudden,
Mm.
you're just kind of stunned. You don't know what to do. And I think
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
working on it step by step, going on it day by day, and then like you said, like also prevent, like doing things to prevent it from happening, um, is really important. And even though you don't want to,
Mm-hmm.
and you already feel anxious, you don't want to do it, like it can help so much. And like a small
Yeah.
like push can go a really long way, for
For sure.
sure.
For sure. Yeah. it builds character.
Yeah, exactly. Do it for
Yeah.
the plot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I sometimes like have to trick myself whenever I'm like, "Oh, I don't want to go into the gym," and then I'm like, oh, but what if I hit like a personal best, or what if I
Yeah.
manage, like, what
You
if I
never
surprise
know.
myself? That'll be so cool. I'll be so proud of
Yeah.
myself. And then I just talk to myself like I'm like a school child not wanting to go to school. But what if there's like a really cool thing happening today?
Yeah. No,
I work
it's
on
good to like
FOMO.
yeah. Have FOMO too.
Yeah.
Me too,
Yeah.
honestly.
Or like I don't want to go outside today,
Yeah.
but what if there's like something really cool happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm also like super competitive too. So it's like
Mm.
trying to I think like yeah, going like stuff with like going to the gym or whatever it might be, like having like someone else to kind of like someone to go with or something like kind of motivate you to like get out and stuff. I think like also like when I'm having anxiety too or like not doing well mentally, I think like reaching it's always hard to reach out, but I think lately I've been like getting
Mhm.
better at reaching out just because so like you're not like by yourself and like you can like you don't have to, oh my god, sorry about like an electric
All
fly
good.
flutter. I don't know
Oh
if you
my
heard
god.
that.
You're
Electric
good.
fly zapper is like killing, murdering, like mass murdering
Oh
flies.
my god.
Sorry.
Don't worry.
But yeah, I think just like reaching out um also was another thing that I want to add
Mhm.
it to.
Yeah, that's very true.
Yeah.
Um, Someone asked if you have any advice on telling your parents that you may struggle with mental health.
hmm so let me think. I think bringing it depends on, I guess it depends like on every like family is different. I think like different generations have sort of different like mental health awareness. Like my parents, for example, like had zero idea what like anxiety or depression was.
Mhm.
They're like, I think they're in their 60s, I think.
Mhm.
But like I think kind of the boomer generation, if we say, they they don't really, I think they weren't educated on mental health and stuff. So it kind of depends on, and also like religion is another factor. Like my parents aren't religious, but I do have like other families that like cultural cultures and different cultures and religions, like their parents might think like mental health is like not like a real thing. Like you gotta just like suck it up. I think like
Yeah.
especially in like Asian cultures, I guess having white parents, I didn't have that experience, but I've had
Mhm.
friends, like Asian friends, that have had the experience of like their parents like not being against therapy because they think it's taboo and like they think it's all in your head. You just gotta like work harder or something, like, or just like I got through it without therapy and stuff, so like you
Yeah.
can too. Like I've had that, like I've heard that from my friends, like their parents saying that to them. um I think, I think there's a lot of resources online now, like on YouTube and stuff, kind of just like explaining like mental health. And like it's not like you have to make like a PowerPoint presentation, but almost like kind of, I think sometimes it could be really beneficial to almost like, sit down your parents and like teach them kind of about what mental health is, like how in the context of your life, like how it affects you, and then like, like scientifically, like how it works, and like, like oh, your brain chemistry and stuff, and like there's a ton of resources like on YouTube now about all that stuff. Like if you're not educated on that too, and like I think but I think that going that route maybe kind of, I think it depends definitely
Yeah, I
for
really
family,
like
but
that. I think that's a really good
I
idea.
it's like a different kind of way to go, because it's like kind of giving like evidence, this is like, mental, this is a real thing, it's not just in my head, like it's like
Mhm.
backed up by science, like, and I'm not, that's not to say that's like not every parent, it might not, or person might not like agree with that, but I think that could be like an interesting way to bring it up,
Mhm.
because like, or just sort of going to them and just saying like, hey, I've been really struggling with, I've been feeling really sad, or like whatever it might be, like
Mhm.
just being open and honest with them, and saying like, I think I could really benefit from like talking to someone like professionally about this, like someone that could help me more than just like my friends or my peers,
Mhm.
because I think that therapists can offer. Also have had like friends with their parents like gave them the argument like, oh well, you can just like talk to your friend, like that's what friends are for. Like, no, but they're
I don't
not.
always
It's not
want
the
to put that on my
same.
friends. Like,
Yeah, you don't want to put that on your
yeah.
friends. Yeah, it's a lot to like burden with some. Like, if your friends obviously should be there for you, but like
Mhm.
not to the extent of like what a therapist is like
Yeah,
for you,
exactly.
because they're like trained to know how to handle all that.
Yeah, exactly. Um, we just got 30 gifted subs. Thank you so much.
Oh shoot!
I appreciate
Let's
it.
go!
Oh my god, thank you. What the hell? That like ripped me out of it totally. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Can we get some hearts in chat, please? Thank you, chat. Thank you. Oh my god.
You deserve it.
Thank you. Oh my god. I was actually
You're
gonna
glad you're
say
streaming today.
yeah.
You never know who's
Yeah,
gonna gift subs if you go live.
Exactly. Oh my god. Wow, what a surprise. Thank you so much. I wanted to say, like, is there any like other things you wanna like give to chat or say to chat? I think I'm gonna end it here because
Yeah.
I'm so sorry. I'm in so much pain. I wish I was.
Please. I'm sorry. We ended up talking longer
No,
than
oh my god.
expected, so
I appreciate you so
appreciate.
much, and also I appreciate you talking
No, of
more
course.
because you know, pain. I can't speak much, so
No, it's all good. Of course, of
thank
course.
you so much.
No. Thank you for having me on. Thank you
Mhm.
for for helping raise money for RAD and spreading mental health awareness. I think it's so important. This day and age. Like, I saw some statistic about like mental health, and like it's like 1 in 6, like about girls. I think it was just
Mhm.
like crazy statistics. I could try to send it to you later.
Mhm.
But like just like mental health is so prevalent in like this, like our generation,
Yeah.
and like 60% more than like past generations and stuff, or something, some crazy statistic like that. It was really mind-boggling. But
Mhm.
I guess, let me think, any last things, I guess. um just overall, just know that you guys are valid for feeling the way that you feel, and it's okay to, ask for help. I think that, um, sometimes it's like that's like the hardest part. I think is just like asking for help, or like realizing that, you might want help, or that you're not like alone, and you don't have to be alone. And RAD, we are here for you. Or RAD is here for you. We're also here for RAD, um, and yeah, if you guys need anything, just you can I think, yeah, just apply. I think our applications are going to be open for a little bit, but you can join the wait list, and we'll keep you updated on all that. Um, but yeah, thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you
And
for being here. Thank you. Do you want to shout out
yeah.
your Twitch as well in case chat wants to find you?
Oh, oh sure. I'll just say hi.
Okay, sounds good. There we go.
It's just Emma
Chat if you
Maley.
want to
But
find
yeah.
her. Yeah, thank you so much. I'm so sorry for it being shorter, but I really, really
No, of
appreciate you
course. Thank you
being
for having
here.
me on.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Hope you feel better.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I hope you have a good rest of your day.
Thank you. You too, Niki.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, wait. Sorry, chat. I can't find my button. Oh my god. I'm so sorry, chat, for it. Oh, Emma was so lovely. They are all so lovely. I love the RAD people so much. I say this every single time, but everyone is just so sweet. And again, like, I appreciate you guys for watching as well. I'm sorry this was like shorter. I took painkillers right before the stream, but oh, thank you, Emma. Thank you for being on the stream. I took painkillers before the stream, but it's just not getting better. It's just not helping. I also wanted to thank Lita for the $5 and Brower for the $5 donated to RAD. Thank you guys. Next week we're gonna have another one. I hope that next week I will feel better. I'm sure I will. It's just the last days. Is that Phil's Emerge? Yeah, that's Phil's Emerge. Just the last days of feeling miserable. But still, I still really appreciate you guys for watching. Again, thank you for the 30 gifted as well. That was crazy. Thank you so much. And yeah, as always, thank you for supporting me. We should see who we can raid. Let's go ahead and raid Foolish chat. He's playing Valorant right now. Let's go ahead and raid Foolish. Thank you so much for watching, chat. Again, sorry this was shorter. But I will be back tomorrow. I'll actually be back tomorrow. We're streaming Sons of the Forest tomorrow. So yeah, I will see you then. And until then, I hope you all have a wonderful morning, evening, or day wherever you are. And I will see you in the next one, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.